I'm back with Dr. Eben Alexander. He believes you can have an out-of-body experience without putting your life at risk. So what's the secret?
Well, binaural beats. That's what we use for enhancing meditation, deep relaxation, and I think really getting into states of consciousness where we are very much freed.
Okay, so a few people actually have mentioned this in my emails since I check them quite often now. They've been asking me, have I heard of binaural beats? Now, I understand from my perspective, a lot of you probably already know me quite a bit when it comes to astral projection. You know that I've been able to do it pretty much all the time, every time, whenever I want to. Somebody like me who can do this has come across binaural beats, I can tell you that now. I've been heavily investing my time in learning and researching the outer source material of this certain thing. Pretty much my entire life I've been interested in kind of this supernatural, spiritualist movement of individuals who want to experience such experiences, right? So it would make sense for somebody like me to hear about this. This is normally, binaural beats is normally the first thing people come across when they hear about astral projection. Why? It's using isometric tones. One tone over here, one tone over here creates a separate tone here. It's kind of like one kind of tone, right? And what it does is it puts you in an altered state, a hypnotic trance, which when you're meditating, upon meditation, once you enter a certain meditation state where you're aware of a certain type of awareness, where you're able to think of yourself in a certain location, hold that thought, the isotonic kind of vibrational tonage you hear of the binaural beats will keep you altered in this hooked in this altered state of consciousness, right? This is bad, this is good. Why? When you get really good at meditation, you don't need binaural beats, and it's actually going to cripple you in a sense in the long run. Reason being is because the actual tone itself that keeps you hooked stops you from altering higher states of consciousness, because it's going to keep you stuck on one state of consciousness. Once you've used the binaural beats long enough, what you're going to want to do is, you don't want to use the binaural beats first at the start. You want to use the binaural beats at the start if you're a beginner in order to focus. It's going to keep you from falling asleep. Like I said, it's going to hook you into one state of consciousness. This is what I did personally a lot, and I actually enjoyed it, to be honest, because when you're imagining that you're shapeshifting with different animals and you're flying through the air, you know, you use your experience of how you remember what it feels like to move through the air at first, like maybe if you've been on a rope swing into the ocean, or maybe you've done some sort of skydive. You use that feeling of lightness of the air, and you want to imagine meditating, going through clouds, and you enjoy this because the binaural beats helps you stay into that mode of consciousness. But once you've got that focus nailed down and you're not going to drift asleep, and you can charge up without using the binaural beats in order to keep you hooked in, you don't need it anymore, and you're going to be able to use your own consciousness in order to meditate and actually go into deeper states of consciousness, where you learn about every deep nook and cranny and crevice of your own state of consciousness, and you start learning about yourself through meditations. This is when you really start to expand your amount of experiences when it comes to spiritual experiences within the third dimensional realm, within the other astral realms. If you just stay on the binaural beats, it'll keep you synced in one level, one modality of consciousness. But if you want to expand your consciousness, I would highly suggest getting rid of them. Use them at the beginning like I did. Once you get good, once you've done hours and hours per day for months, if it takes you that long, it took me around about 4 months, no, not 4 months, I say 4 months because I was thinking around about 40 days, but 40 days is around about a month and a bit. So it took me around about 2 months to listen to binaural beats to get my focus perfect before I stopped using them. And that was when I was around about 15, okay? So I'm now 21 coming on 22, so it's been pretty much quite a long time since I've stopped using binaural beats. But I can assure you, they will cripple you if you want to expand your awareness and consciousness when it comes to entering different states of consciousnesses, simply because binaural beats and the isometric tone will only keep you fixed on one state of consciousness, which is fine at the beginning in order for you to gain control of your focus on the meditation. Otherwise, I wouldn't suggest it later on in your advancement on imagining certain types of scenarios within your meditations in order to help you with such things such as astral projection or manipulation of reality. So I'm Ryan JC, and this is just my take on binaural beats, and I'll speak to you guys pretty soon.